How are you? I hope you are fine. Today we will continue our kingdom Murmira. Yesterday we have discussed first topic Archibacteria. Today we will continue with the second topic that is known as Eubacteria. Eubacteria. Students, Eubacteria are also known as the true bacteria. They are also known as the true bacteria. Eubacteria are freshwater. It means bacteria living in the freshwater. They form colonies. Eubacteria exist single, but they form colonies. Sometimes they form blooms over the polluted water. Then Eubacteria are classified into three types. First is photosynthetic. First is photosynthetic. Second is chemosynthetic. And third one are heterotype. First, photosynthetic. Photosynthetic bacteria are those bacteria that contain chlorophyll A. Here we can take the example of cyanobacteria. That is also known as blue-green algae. It performs photosynthesis and make their own food. Some of the photosynthetic bacteria are living in colonies. It lives in colonies. For example, it forms a chain-like structure. It forms a filament. For example, here I can draw the filament. In this filament, students, some of the cells, कुछ cells इनमें से behave करते हैं as a heterocyst. ठीक है जी, वो heterocysts क्या होते हैं? Heterocysts are specialized cells that convert atmospheric nitrogen into usable form. तो उन बैक्टीरिया के क्या नाम है? Nostoc and Anabaena. From this filament, some of the cells, for example, these cells, they are known as the heterocysts. These cells convert atmospheric nitrogen into usable form. तो ऐसे कौन से cells होते हैं? ये किसका फिलामेंट हो सकता है? इसके लिए हम यहाँ पे लिखेंगे फॉर एग्जाम्पल Nostoc and Anabaena. Nostoc and Anabaena contains heterocysts that convert atmospheric nitrogen into the usable form. Second one is chemosynthetic. Chemo means chemicals. These are those bacteria that secrete chemicals around its body and convert the material that is present around it. उनके पास जो ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल पड़ा है, उनके आसपास जो ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल पड़ा है, वो उसको किस में चेंज कर देंगे? नाइट्रेट्स, फॉस्फेट्स, and then they use these chemosynthetic bacteria use these materials for the production of ATP यानी एनर्जी in their body. ठीक है, in their body. Third one are the heterotrophy. Majority of the bacteria in this type are decomposers. They decompose the dead organic matter. Some of these are useful to man. For example, lactobacillus, it converts milk into curd. Next is nitrosomonas. Nitrosomonas converts atmospheric nitrogen into usable form. Third, some of them are active pathogens. They attack plant bodies and causing disease. For example, citrus canker and red smut in wheat. Citrus canker in citrus and red smut in wheat. And some of them are also attack on the human body and causes disease like cholera, typhoid, and some of them. It means all bacteria, all these types of bacteria, they are reproduced by, all bacteria are reproduced by fission method. It means asexually. Some are reproduced by sexual method, and that method is known as combination of DNA of two nuclei of two bacteria. This method is asexual and this is sexual. Next comes to our next kingdom, known as kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista include all single cell eukaryotes. All single cell eukaryotes. Students, this kingdom Protista is having no definite boundary. It means, for example, a organism A is known as Protistan for one scientist or one biologist, and that organism is also called as plant in the same kingdom, Protista. So kingdom Protista organisms are single celled organisms, eukaryotes, marine, freshwater as well as terrestrial forms. They are also reproduced by the asexual method. They are having definite cell wall. Some of the varieties are also reproduced by the sexual method, by conjugation method or by the fusion of the DNA of the two nuclei. Firstly, we will discuss about the chrysophytes. Chrysophytes. These chrysophytes are marine, freshwater. These are marine, freshwater, living single cell, and it has cell wall. But here in chrysophytes, the cell wall having two layers. Like this, and between these layers a material known as silica is present. Silica make this cell wall so rigid. It means in the deep under the ocean where they are present, then they form a huge layer of silica. After the destruction of chrysophytes, they form a huge layer of silica layers, and that is known as diatomaceous earth. diatomaceous earth. That is known as the diatomaceous earth. The example of chrysophytes are diatoms. Diatoms. That's why the destructive material of these diatoms is known as the diatomaceous earth with huge gathering of silica. It is also known as golden algae. Golden algae. It is also next are dinoflagellates. Next are dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates. Flagellates indicate means the presence of flagella. It means the presence of flagella. Flagella may be one, flagella may be two. If two flagella are present, one is small and one is large. Dinoflagellates are mostly marine. Dinoflagellates are mostly marine organisms. They are photosynthetic. They make their own food. Dinoflagellates contains different types of pigments. Dinoflagellate itself are red in color, green, yellow, brown. Why they are found in these types of colors? Due to the presence of type of chlorophyll. Due to the presence of type of chlorophyll. It means due to the presence of photosynthetic pigment. If chlorophyll A is present, it is green in color. If chlorophyll B is present, red and yellow. If xanthophylls are present, brown in color. That's why they are found in so many colors. These form red blooms. These form red blooms on the surface of the water. One of the dinoflagellate, Guanolex, it secretes red color liquid. It covers the whole surface. Sometimes it released in a so large amount that it kills all the aquatic animals that are present in that area. Next are euglenoids. Euglenoids. They are freshwater in habitat. Here we can take the example of euglena. Presence of flagella also here. These euglenoids are having cell wall, and that cell wall is covered with one more layer. That layer is known as the pellicle. These euglenoids are photosynthetic as well as heterotrophic. When these euglena or euglenoids they are present in sunlight, they prepare their own food due to the presence of chlorophyll A. Whenever they move away from the sunlight, then it starts switch over to the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. It means it gets its nutrition from outside or from other organisms. Next are salines. Salines are saprophytic in nature. Means they depend on dead decaying organic body around itself. They are saprophytic in nature. They are saprophytic in nature. These lines form rings. Sometimes they move along the twigs of the decaying leaves. Sometimes they form a huge area. They cover a huge area and form a plasmodium-like structure over several meters under favorable conditions. But under unfavorable conditions, they convert into fruiting bodies. They convert into fruiting bodies known as spores. Known as spores. And these spores remain pressed for a long period of time. As soon as after many years or 1 or 2 years they get the favorable conditions, they start developing into slimes and starts behaving like as saprophytic nature. These fruit bodies are known as the spores under unfavorable conditions. And they form plasmodium under the favorable conditions. And last one are the protozoans. Last organisms of the kingdom Protista are the protozoans. Protozoans are always heterotrophic. Means they depend on others for food. Protozoans have 4 major groups. First are amoeboids. This group contains the amoeba. These live in freshwater, moist soil, and sometimes in marine. These amoeboid organisms capture its food. As they are heterotrophic in nature, they capture their food by forming false peel called pseudopodia. They capture the food and then engulf the food and utilize in its body. The example comes here is amoeba. Second are flagellated. Protozoans. These protozoans have flagella in its body. Flagella may be 1, flagella may be 2. If 2 flagella are present, one is very small in size. With the help of one long flagella, it moves here and there. For example, here comes Euglena or trypanosoma. These flagellated protozoans lived as parasites on the body of human. For example, trypanosoma causes disease, sleeping sickness in human. Next are ciliated. Ciliated means presence of thousands of cilia around its body. For example, paramecium. Paramecium is also a heterotrophic freshwater organism and it divides by fission method. Last are sporozoans. These sporozoans may have spore-like infection. They cause as a spore infection in other organisms. For example, Plasmodium causes malaria in human being. Other characters are same that I have discussed in the starting of kingdom Protista. With this, our kingdom Protista is completed. In the next session, we will switch over to kingdom Fungi. Thank you.